Well, knowing who they played yesterday wasn't a big deal of a game, really, for the Bucks. They played Charlotte. They played Charlotte, the Charlotte Hornets, who are 15 and whatever. But I think since the trade deadline, the Hornets were playing a little bit better. Not too much, but it was playing just a tiny bit better. And I'm sitting here looking at the final scores for last night's game, and what the hell, Chicago? They gave Detroit. Sorry for the side note. What is Detroit's record now after tonight? They beat Chicago by 10 points. Detroit has now won 9 games for the season. Interesting. I wonder what they'll finish with 15 or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, back to the Bucks. Last night's game, well, I can't say it was nothing impressive, but the Bucks. I think this is the third time this year they blew the brakes off of the Charlotte Hornets, 123-85. The Charlotte Hornets at halftime had 30 something points. I think they had 30 points even at halftime compared to the Bucks 60 something. This game was not close. Around the second quarter, the Bucks just broke away with ease. Kind of reminds me of the way they used to play. As far as the Charlotte Hornets is concerned, I know they was big on Brandon Miller, but we had to say this is not a game-changing or a franchise-changing player. He's not one of those players. No disrespect to him. I know he's a rookie and everything, but he ain't that. And as far as LaMelo Ball, what the frick is happening to him? Yeah, I'm looking at the box scores. He ain't play. Is he hurt? He must be hurt. The highest score for them was Miles Bridges was 17. But anyways, we ain't talking about the Charlotte Hornets. They will be going to the lottery once again. Just a couple of years ago, they was in the play-in 2 years in a row. The hell happened with them? As far as the Bucks concerned, they did what they needed to do. They looked like the Bucks of the old. Jake Crowder actually scored tonight. 10 points, 7 rebounds. It's about time. Giannis got his 24 and 8, and actually only had 1 assist. Brook Lopez did not score. He transferred, got his power from Jake Crowder. But he was irritant down in the paint as usual. Damian Lillard scored 23. Malik Beasley did not have the game that he had against Minnesota and Philly. He only had 6, but that's all he needed. Danilo Gallinari, 8 points. I think he scored his first 8 points of the season. I think this is, or at least with the Bucks. Bobby Portis came off the bench for 21, and yeah, this game was pretty much over. A lot of the bench players got a lot of time last night. I think Chris Middleton is supposed to be coming back. That's the crazy part about this. Now they got to incorporate Chris Middleton into this now. But every game so far against the Hornets has been a blowout. Back in November, it was 130-99. Earlier this month was 120-84. And like I said, tonight was 123-85. This is the second time in the last 3 games the Bucks hold their opponent under 100 points. I think 3 of the opponents this year has been the Hornets. I don't know if they did it to Denver. I don't think they did it to Denver. But this is a stepping stone, of course. They look like they finally gelling. They play Charlotte again Thursday night. Hopefully they can repeat what they did tonight and put them away for the rest of the season. Because the next day they play the Chicago Bulls, who are not scrubs this year. They are 27-31, even though they did lose to Detroit last night. And I think they already lost a game against the Bulls this season. I think. So, in that overtime game. So this is stepping stone stuff they needed to practice and get used to. It's finally get something going because the schedule will get harder mysteriously for some reason. Shout out to Turo. I know he made a video about how easy the Lakers' schedule has been and will continue to be as they have so many home games in a row. Compared to the Bucks, who have this weird ass schedule of 2 games on the road, 1 game at home, go back out to play 2 games on the road, 2 or 3 games on the road. It's crazy. And then they got the hard schedule. They got all these premier teams, including the Lakers. They ain't no premier team, but they got the Lakers twice, Clippers twice. I think Phoenix along the way. They got a hard schedule, so they need all the practice and all the unification they need to play. And get Chris Middleton back. But I do say this: I think ever since All-Star break, after the All-Star game, I should say, Shaq, actually the Inside NBA on TNT, had their interview with the All-Star game that Pete Wish was Dame, and Shaq called out both him and Dame, and a little bit of Doc Rivers, said they needed to get it together, and the gist of it, and Dame honed it in, took it on the chin, and ever since then, they won 3 games in a row. An impressive win against Minnesota. I know Philly does not have Joel Embiid, but they blew them off of their home court, and they did what they needed to do against the Charlotte Hornets. So it looked like something's starting to kick in with this team. I want to say it actually kicked in the middle of that Minnesota game. I think Minnesota got a little run in the third quarter, and then the Bucks said no, and they stepped up the defense big time. The Bucks, I don't know where this article is at, where this is at, because I saw somewhere that the Bucks, since they have Doc Rivers as a coach, in the last few games, the last 10 or something games that he's been a coach, the Bucks have, in the last 13 something games, the Bucks have the 6th ranked defensive rating in the league so far. But as for the season, they have gone up to now 116.3. So they've gone up to 17 out of 30 teams in defensive rating. So they improved their defense a lot. And I was listening to Doc Rivers' post-game interview. That he's gotten these guys to be a little bit more active, also with their hands, which is also big on defense, not to be just standing around. That's a big part of defense. You gotta be active with your hands to get steals and make the court smaller for the opponents, make it tougher. So they improved, but I wanted to see where exactly I saw that their 6th ranked defense in the last couple of games. So, anyways, they improved a lot, and they keep on rolling. So my computer's about to die because I decided not to charge it for some reason. But that's all I got to say about last night's game. It's not so much about last night's game, but what I've been seeing and what they need to do moving forward. So, with all that being said, I'm done. My computer's about to die in 2 minutes. Bye.